Evening everyone, how are we all doing tonight? Hope we're all well. We're back on the usual microphones tonight. I'll turn the fan off in here while we stream tonight. So welcome along Stephen, Daniel and Kian. Stephen, I don't know at the moment. As you probably saw from the stream title, we're only setting up tonight, so we haven't got that far yet, but it should do. Until we've actually got that far and set anything up, we won't know ourselves. So it's all about finding out how things work at the moment.
Microphone activated.
So we'll see how we get on with that one. Evening 1174, how are we doing? So we are going to start with a completely blank canvas on here. As long as everything works okay. So, as you can see, we have come on to Felsbrunn. Now, I don't have early access to any other maps like other channels have. Even if I did, I may have still come on here because this is a map what everyone can use at the moment, rather than stream something what no one else can use for now. And it does look slightly different to what we'd be used to on here. As you can see, we've got plenty of money to do this with. Well, for those that can't quite see behind the sub counter, it is £10 million, which some of it will be removed again, because we have got to set everything up on here. We have no buildings. We do have these two fields, but that's it. Everything else we're now going to have to place, including any animal yards we want, extra fields we want to buy, and machinery. So obviously we're going to want more than two fields, and we are not going to leave these fields how they are. Milton knows what we can make on this map because he's been on the Deddy server when I was running up, and we had it looking something completely different to this. But for now we will be using just in-game buildings for obvious reasons. As far as I'm aware, all the in-game stuff should have snow masks on it. Should have snow masks. So let's get our yard set up to start with, and hope for the best. See how we go from that point. What could possibly go wrong? Once we've got the yard and everything set up, we can then start looking at things like rotation on here. So we are going to need a house to start with. I think would probably be a good move. And we're going to probably try and keep as much to how I had it set up on the MP server, I think. And you might have to put up with the occasional bit of road noise tonight, as I've got the window open. As the village idiots go past on their mopeds they've knocked the baffles out of. So start with the house in there, and we'll be doing a pretty job with the landscaping tool as well to try and sort any mess out we've made. So we're going to start with our house. Get some buildings in here as well. Let's go with one of these ones first. Now I have got some placeable hedges and that sort of thing, but I don't think they're seasons friendly. Well, compatible I should say. They are friendly with it. Hey Rabbit Man, how are we doing? Hey Farming Company, how are we doing? That's handy. How that just leapt to one side. Interesting. I think we better just remove that one again. somehow. Note to self, if you're using joystick, always make sure you move the mouse before placing a building. Let's try that again, because we can sort of sort that little bit out with the landscaping tool. Apparently the in-game ones should be Stephen. Or there's another way we can just do this. Sort that mess out. Hopefully it hasn't saved. Yeah, we need another one of them. I think it might have saved. If that has saved, I just had to do it with the landscape until this is going to be an easy way. Yeah, that's saved. So we got a little job to do with the landscaping tool and sorting this road out first, which is an interesting one. So I don't want to have to restart it if I can avoid it. Problem is we don't own the roads on here. Can't actually buy the outside of the map on here to sort the road out. So we'll see what we can do. This isn't the first time that's done it when I've tried to use the joystick. Had a similar issue on another map where the landscaping tool had other ideas to what I wanted it to do and replaced a building. So we remove that other little bit. Hey Dal, how are we doing? Just had a minor mishap with a placeable building on here. Just got to do a little bit of remedial work. Decided it would jump to the roadside as I placed it. Even without, how are we doing? Problem is I can't quite remove that horrible lump off the road there. Never mind. This time we'll just use the mouse for placing a building. There we go. Sort that other little bit out in a second. How are you getting on with this, old Dal? Dare I ask? Not heard of any explosions in your direction yet. It's that little mess at the back that I'll sort out in a second. Just grass over that again. Evening, Jeremy, how are we doing? The good news is our grass texture works in here, what I've been using. Good for hiding up mishaps. I didn't put any placeable trees on here yet because I don't know what's friendly and what isn't. Can't imagine why someone who deals with air conditioning would be hectic at the minute, Jeremy. I just ain't got a clue with that one. Yeah, but gives us a chance to build things. And we can build them exactly how we want them as well. I'm going to make sure we got a big enough yard to start with on here. So we're just using in-game stuff. Yeah, I just don't know why you'd be so busy, Jeremy. It's not like you're dealing with air conditioning and machinery or anything. That gives us plenty of grain storage. Now just get back to doing a bit more landscaping around the house. Get that tidied up. They do without, and that's a good thing. As I said before you came in, I've not got access to Oakfield or any other maps which have been prepared. So by doing this, everyone can see what these ones look like, what everyone has got access to. Yeah, take a little while the first time you do it. You soon get the hang of it. Ooh, that'll be fun for you. I think the poor driver's like been like boiled in there for the last day or so. Get this yard tidied up a bit now. Don't like having this mismatch of ground textures in here. Yeah, I mean tonight we now got, we had 4 channels doing Oakfield. Looks a bit better once everything is the same sort of texture in there. Just going to try and match what we had on the server as much as possible. I'm using in-game buildings. Ooh, that's a nice little trip for you. At least your fan's got air conditioner, hopefully it has. Right, well, one more barn for now. Yeah, it's unfortunate when that happens. And not a lot you can do about it. So I could put a hedge around some of this, but the hedge I've got is not de-leafed for spring, shall we say. Right, so that is our yard for now. Should give us plenty of space for doing everything. Obviously, as more buildings come out what are seasons compatible, we can add them in and do bits. Milton's lurking in the background. Daniel, he's playing as well on his own game. Right. Just checking, Jeremy. Just checking. So fields we've got. We have fields 19 and 20, but I think we're going to add a few more into the mix there. Just to get us enough to keep going with. Field 18 we'll add in because that completes that little block and allows me to do something in there what I've done last time. Field 30 is grass and we're going to need some of that, so we'll have that one at the same time. Hear him coming that time to mute the mic. give ourselves a few fields to play with here. Let's give ourselves these few across here for now. Gives us a little block together. Just in there. So the plan will be probably to merge those three into one, which is less of a regular shape. And just have that one there to finish that little corner off as well. That'll do us for fields. Yes, something enjoyable about that one, Jeremy. And of course we want something for livestock when we get that far. We'll look like again at that point in time. For now what we'll do is we'll get stuff ready for livestock, but not actually play livestock on the map just yet. So machinery wise, what we're going to have then? I did put a fair selection in here. Various green ones, red ones, Vultras, what possessed me. Would you like to be banned without base game tractors? Are you mad when we've got all these ones with nice sounds on? So someone wants me to get a Vulture. Whoops. I forgot about that little Nightbot trick if someone mentioned the word Vulture.
Interesting.
I forgot I put that one into Nightbot when SG was in here all the time.
Yeah, that's nice.
Apparently, Vulture is a blacklisted word, Stephen. Enter it again at your peril, because the next one will be more than 5 seconds. Welcome along, GD. Okay, so 950. Don't think I actually put that one in here. Thinking about it. The Axion. I didn't. FBM Deutz I haven't got in here either because the sounds are awful on it. I do have the FBM FS19 though, which isn't a bad tractor. Where do you presume I'm going to get a Class 640 from, Stephen? We'll go for 900. You guys are starting to hear tonight while I have the window shut normally while I stream. So I have that 939. So that's our big tractor. What about combines? Now, I've got a few non-in-game ones in here, being the Class, the New Holland combines, and Laverda combines. So we could go with New Holland. Yeah, still working on that one without. Actually, best not buy that Mega at the minute, thinking about it. That may be silent. Can't remember if I swapped them back again the other night. So, Lexion, TX, or Laverda really. This New Holland is anything but small now. To have ourselves a... It would be finished on here. Jeremy? None on there at the minute. I've been messing around with it without. Could go for a nice TX36 on here if we wanted, which would be 25 foot cut. White R options. I quite like that setup myself, with the bigger grain tank. I know it's not a true representation, it's too narrow for real TX36, but having used the other night, I quite like that one. So we'll get the header for that as well, then we'll get that back to the yard. Which was this header. It's got a nice big one there. Just having the other variations if we so wished. So we get a header trailer for it as well. As I've got the traffic turned on at the moment. So we've got a 390 horsepower fence. That gives us scope for a bigger plough of some description on here, because let's face it, we're going to be doing a lot of ploughing to start with. Not forgetting without, we're just getting everything bought at the start. And we've got the Lemken Titan there. That'll be our plough of choice. We have a front weight flat tractor as well. Should have the Fendt weight pack in here. Or just something a little different. So get them back to the yard to start with. Guess I forgot to put the shuttle mod on. It looks a lot more suitable, this combine now. Not going to risk having any fun with the traffic. So that'll do us for a combine. So sort out a tractor and plough. We now need a few other little pieces of machinery to go with it. Trailer, sprayer, drill. What drill do you think we ought to go for on here? Too early to do any drilling yet, but we need to get one sorted. Has that plough spawned over top of the white block? Not quite. Not got a snowplow mod installed yet. Without. So we need grass machinery, baler. Once we get a head round seasons, I'll look more into the sort of start from scratch element of it. Until we get used to how it all works, we won't be doing it that way. I can make it any harder for myself than I need to at the moment. So we need a drill. That's exactly what I intend on doing with them, Rabbit Man, and not keeping them square either. If I could have got away with it, I would have loaded the save game off the server onto here, but would have just had a complete meltdown because we had no end of various shape fields in that. Nothing looked like this. Yeah, well, this is Farm Manager, everything's sold and more money put in. So we want a seeder. Should have a good selection in here. What shall we go for in the way of a seeder? The 9DC 12. Bear in mind, money is no object as we're setting up. Not installed without. I could put that one in next time. See, really? I think we're a few horsepower short of that. Somehow. Just a wild stab in the dark. I'll put the Lemken in for the next stream, and we'll get that then, because I have got it in the mod folder. And I also got some Horsch ones in there with it as well. So we'll have that for next time. So it's your job to remind me to put it in there, Milton.
What?
The Lemken with tram lining.
Right.
It's your job to remind me I need to install it.
And who will remind me?
Good question. I'll remind you to remind me.
Okay.
That sounds fair.
Yeah.
So sprayer wise, Hardy or Amazon? So, well, Stephen says he'll remind you, Milton.
All right. Thanks, Steven.
That's not going to end well, is it? So we'll have that Amazon. We'll have it on standard wheels to start with. We can always change it to them later on. What track are we going to use on it? There's the big question. Can it be something out of this selection? What tractor? You're good at remembering thugs, are you, Stephen?
Oops.
$6930. Yep, there's one option. 6930 or 6920? Got two good sounding tractors there. Well, you also got this funny red thing here. Not quite sure what it is, but very strange looking tractors these are. I'm not really sure about them. Don't tend to use them too much, but I think we might go for a green one instead. That's fighting torque without. No, that would be the 6920 I just looked up. So 6930. Front linkage, probably. Evening Chunky, how are we doing? Trelleborg standards. Don't like them. That tractor doesn't look right to me. Something doesn't look right with this tractor. At the front end, it looks too small. Anyone else thinking the same as they're looking at it? It just doesn't look proportioned at the front. Get the 6920 in here. It looks more in proportion, if that makes sense. Yeah, there's something not quite right with that 6930 when you look at it. Whereas this one actually looks in proportion. So I think we'll go for the 6920S, so it just looks more proportioned to me. Might be an optical illusion, but it does. I'm sure with the sound this one makes, people won't be too disappointed. The wide tires are too wide. So we'll get a front weight on that as well. Not that weight box, because I know what happens if I put that on it. Really tell there's a different lighting engine in here looking at this tractor. Problem. What's just happened to that sprayer? I think we have a slight issue with seasons in this sprayer. Amazon paint is usually better than that. It usually stays on just a little bit longer.
Oh.
That ain't good.
Did you break season already?
Looks like the Amazon sprayer is not seasons friendly. Paint has fell off it.
That's in. Oh, that's a mod.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not so good.
Nope.
You know how we want the Amazon sprayer? I think we're going to have the Hardy sprayer. Is this the bit where the paint mysteriously comes back onto it as we're going back towards the shop? And this is exactly why we've got it on PC first. Let's try that again, shall we? Yeah, I'm guessing so, Jeremy. We're going to have to go for that one. If the paint falls off this one, we've got a big problem. So what animals would you like to see us do on here then? Gonna need some grass equipment. Gotta love this tractor. Sell that sprayer. Have the same rules apply in seasons 19 and 17. They do. If you sell them again, the price is still the same. Save that. So grass equipment. I think we're probably better off not to put the contest Pottinger mowers in for now, somehow. Would you all agree with that one? Probably not, Jeremy. I can think of it. No, I'm not going there. Yeah, best not mention that one. Somebody thinks some better to be under at 5 o'clock in the morning. It is Rabbit Man. There's directions appeared on Facebook to that one this afternoon. So we'll use the in-game tether. The in-game windrows as well. Haven't seen what that Amazon sprayer done. I'm going to be a bit cautious about what mods we do put in here, I think, for now. If you feel that comment is anything other than PG, Jeremy, it's entirely down to your own mind. I'll give ourselves some nice big kit to play with on here. If the paint falls off for either of these two, we have got a problem. That's not too bad then. It's about a similar drive for me. If I just over an hour for me, probably. I'm only sort of 15 minutes from the one up this way next Friday, hence I'm going to go to that one. What I've seen, there's going to be some static stuff there as well, Horse and other bits and pieces. So I'm sure Charlie will enjoy that one. So something I did notice on here, and this is why the time is set at 1, when it was on 5, the shadows got very jumpy across the ground. Might just have been my settings causing it. They're going to get a tweak by tomorrow night anyway. I've done a bit of research into Ryzen processors. And it's something you might want to look at as well, GD. If you're still in there. Okay, round or big square baler? when you upgrade your CPU GD, just have a look into memory speed and Ryzen processors. So I found something interesting out about them. 2400 RAM isn't gonna get the best out of them. Square baler. It seems that for Ryzen to work at its best, you need 3000 to 3200. From everything I've been looking at in the past week. Someone said something to me, can't remember where, so I just been looking at them, found all that out. And there's quite a big increase as well. Hey Pro Gamer, how are we doing? So I think we'll go in-game now, as I just daren't risk modded ones after that sprayer. And as requested, what big baler would we like to see? New Holland or Massey? You should be fine then, GD. Mine's all 2400, which I think might be what's been causing one or two of my little FPS glitches occasionally. It's not fast enough what the Ryzen needs to work properly. Literally put the 2400 out of the old PC into this one. Good point. Have I put the wrong map? New Holland baler in there? 'Cause there is one on Mod Hub. Yep, you've done well there, GD. I mean, in some cases you're looking 40 to 50 FPS more in some games by just having that higher speed memory in. Especially that one, what you seem to die a lot in, called Fortnite. Was one of the biggest effectors, but right. So this will obviously be used on the Fent, not this tractor. So I'll put the drill in for next time. True, GD. You know the rules, guys. I'll also remember to put in the driver enhancement mod for next time, so we've got shuttle control back, because this is causing me a few issues. Not being able to use the shuttle. Okay, catch you later, Jeremy. Try not to work too hard. And in your response, please remember this is a PG chat. If I reach for that shifter lever one more time to change from forward to reverse on here. So we're obviously going to need a barrel wrapper as well. We may need a third tractor, because this one ain't going to handle this baler. The big vent will have to do that. We're struggling just to pull uphill. What I'm probably going to do with this is we'll do Fellsburn as seasons until Medagrove arrives with seasons. That's kind of what I'm thinking. I know the current version of Medagrove will sort of work with seasons, but we'll wait till the new version comes before we start anything. All we need now are a couple of trialers. I'm slightly nervous about what trialers to get after what just happened, but what do you think's going to happen with 4D's trialer? There's only one way to find out. And a fertilizer spreader, and then that will be where I finish for tonight. Pick up again on here tomorrow night. In theory, this spreader should be okay because it's a mod of the in-game one. 4D's mods are normally fairly safe. We'll soon see if we end up with a paint strip trailer when we get back to the yard. Once we're sort of finished in the next stream, we'll start ploughing fields up, looking at crop rotation next time. Everyone in my Discord has seen I've spent well over an hour today looking into that, with the screenshots and pictures I put in there of rotations and things. If anyone does need a hand with that, there's some pictures and screenshots which may help you in there. And then we'll have a look at animals as well, So have a think about what animals you'd like to see me do on here. We're going to need a tractor loader or telehandler as well on here. But that's where I'm going to leave it for tonight. So head across to see VF, who, as far as I'm aware, should have just started doing his realism experiment on Oakfield. But for now, I'll pop a link in the chat for today's video.
Sound microphone muted.
And I will see you on here again tomorrow night. But for now, I'll say thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed this stream and join me again tomorrow. Goodbye for now.